Someone's at the door.
Good afternoon, all.
Hello.
Afternoon, Trevor.
Everyone fully charged?
Yeah.
Steak was incredibly succulent. Afternoon, Martha. So here we are. After 2 years of planning nearly, and a lot of painting and decorating and polishing and gum treeing and goodness knows what else. The big day. I think probably the most important thing is for me to say, wow. How amazing does she look? Hey, yeah, bring it on. Okay, so the bell. A little relic from Wales. Thankfully, the Swansea policemen have not tracked us down, but maybe we might be able to send that back to them. I thought I'd just give it a little, pass that round to the next lucky recipient. So, I'm Trevor, father of the bride, sometimes Griff, sometimes Ducky, sometimes things a lot worse. However, when Ashley came into the world, he turned up and he's quite affable, isn't he? There's not many edges on him, and he's a pretty decent all-round fella. And it was clearly obvious to me that Lauren had bagged a winner and that I might get a drinking partner. It was about this time that a parcel came to me from Amazon, from something I'd asked him. Ash is the master of Amazon Prime. And I get a post box with, to Mr. Trevor Ducky Griffin. Thought, he's either got a lot of front or this boy's feet are getting firmly under the table. But not to rest on his laurels, he then follows it up with a parcel which Linda wanted. To Mrs. Linda Listen Griffin. If anybody has not watched the Linda Listen, honey, it's well worth Googling Linda Listen. So, I thought, here we go. I've got a man here that's probably going to be around for a while. So, I shall welcome Lauren and Ashley as Mr. and Mrs. Kearney. I do have a complaint at this point, and if you feel around, these wooden blocks that I spent a while sandpapering are beautifully smooth. Someone's taken the mickey out of me, because this has not been sandpapered at all.
Turn it over.
I have turned it over. Yeah, you put it up the wrong way. Sneaky beaky. So having welcomed Mr. and Mrs. Kearney, there are some other people. These girls down here nearly got me wobbling earlier when I walked in. Lauren sat in her PJs having her makeup done, and the girls looking absolutely stunning. The four of you girls were just, oh, blimey. And I had a little bit of a wobble, grabbed hold of the reins, pulled them in, and I think I'm reasonably in control, but who knows. You all look absolutely amazing, and thank you, all of you, for coming, because this is probably the biggest moment of my life, other than marrying Linda, and having kids. Who else doesn't want for your kids to grow up and for you to be able to stand here and either walk them down the aisle or whatever? it's a special day for me, and I'm over the moon. So, Lauren, where do we start with Lauren? A girl destined to be a pop star on TV. To tread the boards. Lauren at Pyesmead Nursery singing the Margarita song. She absolutely wowed the lot. But where did she go? She went to Kingsworthy Primary School and had fun there. Loved all of her school sports days, which we have quite a few pictures of, that normally appear on your birthday, Becky. Yeah. Yeah, they keep coming out.
Not in nursery, great. Well, hold on.
There was a few birthday parties along the way, and then they went to Henry Beaufort, and then there were some few birthday parties at South Wonston, which I clearly now know were not at people's houses. That was all spurious. Dad was the villain of the piece. Yeah, picking you up at 12 o'clock when everybody else is actually camping somewhere in South Wonston.
Pick me up.
Hey. So we had some fun. Lauren then went to uni and was going to be a teacher. Primary school teacher, that's what I'm going to be, until almost the night before, and decides she's going to be a mental health nurse, which was a bit of a out there movement. We were somewhat surprised, but I have to say, with the kind of person she is, I think she's absolutely perfect for the job. And having just gone through a year at the Reading University doing your cognitive behaviour therapy course, if I've got that out right, CBT's much easier, but I'm not a great 3-letter acronym man because I forget what they mean. But July we've got the graduation, of which I'm over the moon about, and we'll look forward to that greatly. So, what can we say further? A lady that has known her own mind from an early stage. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can push her, but if she don't want to go, she ain't gonna go. I quite like that in people. As a parent, it's not quite so much fun. We've weathered a few storms, but here we are. She's a kind, caring and compassionate girl. She's generous, forgetful, clumsy, slapdash, with a hint of mischievousness. And I think most importantly, she's got a sense of humour that complements her husband, Ashley. There are a few video clips of each other, making each other jump. I'm sure those that are close have seen them. Robbie Don's become legendary, went viral on YouTube.
We're recruiting.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
So, a few weeks ago, Nanny Jean, who's not here, me and her sit and chat whilst Lynn does the dinner, or we watch The Chase or something like that. And out of the blue, she says to me, "So you're giving Lauren away then?" And it was only at that point that I thought, am I giving away? Am I giving my daughter away? And I've never really actually thought or contemplated about that actual statement. And no, I'm not giving her away. What I am doing is giving Ash the best gift that anybody could have. So this week, watching Lauren with the rain coming down, it wasn't very great, and there were some fractious moments. I was told on a couple of occasions to wind my neck and get myself out of here, and Julie, Ash and I disappeared.
Fishing.
But when it was all assembled, erected, and suddenly the pieces of the jigsaw were coming out. Lauren's little discs, these are coming together. The little name tags, all of the little bits that have gone together to make her plan. I just stood over at the door there and watched Lauren. And for any of you that have seen The Quiet Man, she was my Maureen O'Hara. She was in her element with her things that she was making. It was just magical to watch. So I love that. At that stage, I don't think even the weather could have dampened your spirits. You were in here just loving it. So Lauren came round last week and found a book on the sofa. And it was something along the lines of how to give speeches at social occasions. Which,
Amazon order.
I don't know, I'd had it. You know, you kind of try to plan ahead. So I'd had this book and I thought, I'm not going to throw that away. I don't even know where I got it from. I'll put that in the bookshelf and then maybe I might eat it. So it's got a bit about Father of the Bride, Best Man, all of the, yeah. Well, having read it for a few seconds, I thought, these jokes are not really in keeping with today's time. And so I peeled to the front couple of pages and it was printed 1972. So Lauren's then reading it and going through, and then Ash was reading it as well. And some of the jokes were just not what you could, they were off the path and probably not. So that book, my whole speech thrown out the window. There were some quotations in there. Lots that you could choose, lots that were inappropriate, some that were semi-appropriate. But the one that I did find that I think sums up love, it says, the test of true love is whether you can endure the thought of cutting your husband's toenails. Ash, you know where I'm coming from with that. He might show you his toenails later in his flip-flops. I'll try and hurry up. So, Ashley, congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for joining our family and allowing us to be part of yours, because it's properly special for me. Ash is the kind of guy that he's not up front, he's not in your face, but you can guarantee that if he's at a party, people will say, did you meet that guy Ash? He's a nice guy, isn't he? Yeah, he is quite unassuming, friendly sort of guy that can walk into a room and just attach himself to anybody. Whether it be he's playing with the little kids and making the kids' life a bit of fun so that the parents can have a chill out, or whether he's cooking a late night pizza for me in Cyprus and sadly burning it. We were told off that night, Ash, weren't we? Ash's mantra, confidence is key. Confidence is key in life. Yeah? So, I think it's shown in the way that he lives his life, as well as his hobbies. Ash likes hobbies. Yeah? Ash likes hobbies. As well as knives and guns and things like that, Ash likes his hobbies. He was a natural at surfing. And Grace and I were only talking today about surfing. So Ash bought his surfboard off of Nathan. Is that right? No?
One of me.
Toby.
And then you went together.
Now, we had a little sojourn to go surfing, didn't we? It was a bit embarrassing for me. I got cramp halfway through and couldn't get off or on the board. And
I know.
these two got swept off out to sea. But Ash, in a blink of an eyelid, is stood up surfing. I think there were some people that doubted his ability.
Completed it, didn't I?
Yeah,
Wasn't it terrible?
maybe
weather as well?
maybe two people, but
Smashed it.
he proved them wrong.
Yeah.
Shooting at the stag do. Never been shooting. No, I'm not very good at shooting. Come up at a marksman. I've heard some insider information which will probably come out later on tonight at some stage, but Ash won the shooting. Fishing. We did go fishing for a few times before you even smelt a fish.
I didn't enjoy it the first 5 or 6 times.
5 or 6? Your memory's not what it should be. But eventually we did catch a fish, didn't we, Ash?
Yeah.
It was about that big, We were fishing for pike that big, and he'd foul hooked one on a spinner that was that big. Table tennis? Table tennis at Mike's wedding? That was quite fun, wasn't it? That didn't get competitive. Oh no, it wasn't Mike's. Nick and Joanna's. That wasn't competitive though, was it? Not at all.
Probably that.
Golf. Golf flew out. Ash flew out and bought a set of golf clubs. Have you played with them yet?
No. He's played them more than I have.
Yeah.
However, confidence is key.
Just do it.
Sometimes confidence and alcohol, the result is not key. Can cause problems. Hiccups have been known on occasions. Snoring, disappearing to bed early, demolishing my wine store. Demolishing my wine store. I did have, and I have got, Kate, you can have these, a bag of corks that I've kept of every visit that they've had to our house. There's quite a few. Bearing in mind you don't collect the screw tops. I've got a big bag of corks. So Kato, wherever you are, I've got a nice bag of corks for you. Wine tasting. Ash's wine testing is now legendary. Following visits to Chianti region and Cyprus, where these three, I was the chauffeur, these three went on it. Big style. And Ash was like the local English mogul media man that was going to be buying from all of the local vineyards. Had them all eating out your hand, didn't you? Even the American girl that was come round to try and chat you up afterwards, which was a bit embarrassing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But fair to say, Ash sort of knows his way around a Cabernet and a Chianti now. As a partnership, what can I say about the pair of them? When I see them together, I think it's everything that anybody would want of a couple. They just complement each other so well. Even when Ash is getting ragged or vice versa, that smirk, that little chink in either of them's armour is opened by the love that they have between them. And it's quality entertainment for us, especially when you're going for it. Ash has already learnt when to defer to Lauren. That is normally when Lauren says, someone's had a beer. Anyway, joking aside, I'm going to have a quick toast for the pair of you, and I'd just like to wish you all the happiness in the world, and raise your glasses, everyone, to Lauren and Ash. Cheers.